The most high quality shots you can take in basketball are commonly known to be open threes, dunks or layups, and free throws. But what if I told you there was a high quality shot you could take that doesn't even go in the basket? I'm always trying to find ways to help younger players increase their basketball IQ. And overall, it is really hard to quantify exactly what it means for one player to have a higher IQ than another. In most cases, you can just kind of tell. For instance, we all think of Nikola Jokic as an incredibly high IQ player, but that isn't just because he averages over 10 assists a game, although that's obviously part of it. Jokic also makes reads throughout games that just look so intelligent. He can almost pick apart defenses because his mind is working in overdrive. In this video, I want to break down a high IQ play that isn't so obvious. One that the normal person might even think is the opposite of a good play. And this play is a shot that happens often over the course of a game. During most basketball games, the team that puts the most pressure on the opposing team's defense usually scores more points. And putting pressure on the defense can be done in many ways. You could space the court with multiple shooters. You might have a team with really athletic drivers who can get downhill, or a really elite big who can score in the post in one-on-one situations. You might even have a combination of all these. The one I'm going to focus on right now is getting downhill. Whether you come off a ball screen or attack a closeout, usually if you can get by your first defender, you are giving your team an advantage. And in these advantageous situations, we normally think there are two good options. You can score the ball, or you can get an assist. But I want to look at a third option. Watch Zach LaVine here attack downhill off of a middle ball screen to try to score on Miles Turner. He doesn't score, but because he got Turner to commit to try blocking his shot, Vucevic easily snags the rebound out of Halliburton's hands for the putback. That shot by LaVine was incredibly difficult, and yet it led to an easy score. So this high IQ shot I'm trying to get you to think about is actually a missed shot. And before you get all upset, obviously you should try to score the ball. But instead of thinking of this as a bad shot because it's contested, I actually think of this as a good shot mostly because of the contest. Let's look at another Bulls play where DeRozan takes on Precious Achiuwa. And sure, he could make that layup, but because Precious commits to trying to block the shot, Vooch has another easy putback. Now DeRozan doesn't get an assist or anything here, he just gets a missed shot. But he set up the easy putback for Vooch. And here Tatum gets downhill, tries a Euro step on Reed, and after the miss, Kornet has an easy putback over the smaller defender. I'm sticking with the Bulls for some ungodly reason. LaVine tries a right-handed extension off the glass and actually gets Achiuwa and Scotty Barnes to go for the block. And he does get blocked, but it doesn't matter because Malachi Flynn stands no chance at boxing out the taller, stronger Drummond on the rebound. What I will also say is for bigs, it might not always be the best decision to commit to contesting a shot, especially a shot that is already really difficult and you have no chance of blocking. Anyway, I like calling these advantage misses because you don't necessarily have to be trying to make the shot to give your team an advantage. I remember when I was in college, I took one of these contested shots in the lane and missed, and the same thing happened. My big got an easy layup on the putback. Well, I was watching my film with an assistant coach after the game, and that play came up, and I remember commenting to my coach that I had taken a bad shot. I found a couple of the plays that I'm talking about from my time at Colgate. However, he responded that I was wrong, that I actually took the right shot for the simple reason that I had taken the defending center out of rebounding position. Now that was a real shift in my mindset. I mean, in this last one, come on, I should basically get an assist, right? I especially like these kinds of plays in transition and 1-on-2 or 2-on-2 situations. Here, Tyler Hero gets a steal and tries to make a play at the rim in transition against two Pistons defenders. On paper, this is a terrible shot because it has almost no chance of going in. But because he gets two defenders to go for the block, it becomes an easy dunk for Bam. And let's go back because you might be wondering why Hero doesn't just pass this to Bam. Well, if he did that, then Duren wouldn't go for the block and doesn't fall over. Instead, he can worry about turning around and contesting Bam. In this play in the Suns-Lakers game, we all know LeBron is one of the best of all time at chase down blocks. But because of Gordon's aggressiveness going to the rim, even knowing he might get blocked by LeBron, which he does, it leads to an easy cleanup for Okogie. And the last play where you can get the big out of rebounding position and really take advantage of it is when you have a switch. This is a little more nuanced. It might not always be the best shot necessarily. However, notice how in this play Jamal Murray has the bigger Xavier Tillman switched onto him. He could get the ball to Jokic in the post, but the smaller Marcus Smart is fighting hard to front Jokic. So I truly believe some of the logic in Murray shooting this contested pull-up was that if he were to miss it, Jokic has perfect rebounding position down low. What I'm trying to show you in these plays is how to start thinking more outside the box in basketball. Start thinking less about makes and misses, statistics, mistakes, or your highlight plays, and start trying to read the game at a different level from your peers. Maybe this video can help change your mindset the way my coach did when I was at Colgate. Not only will it make you a smarter, better basketball player, but it will help you realize that scoring 25 points doesn't necessarily mean you had a great game, and scoring 5 points doesn't always mean you played played poorly. You can have an impact on winning in basketball in so many ways. In fact, you don't ever even have to step on the court to impact winning. This is how I want you to start thinking about the way you approach your basketball games. While most of your peers are playing checkers, I want you to be playing chess. And of course, I hope you learned something about these advantage misses that I'm talking about, because I think it could be an impactful play in your games. As always, thanks for checking out this video, and if you want to learn more about how to read the game at a high level, check out this video and test your basketball IQ.